Roxy, I had an interesting morning.
Wowee, yeah.
You'll like this story.
Okay.
I solved a 20-year mystery today.
Do you feel good? Do you feel accomplished?
Because I didn't understand for 20 years. I didn't really understand. It was confusing. So I'll tell you the story because Roxy's gonna have questions for me, and then I want to get questions for you.
Okay.
So
He wouldn't let me ask them.
not yet because I'd rather because I know that she's gonna have great questions for this thing because. So 20 years ago, bless you.
Bless you.
I'm in college.
One of you is wearing something.
So I'm in college, and my buddies get my buddy Dan marries his high school sweetheart.
Mm-hmm.
So
Good for Dan.
Yeah. So he gets married, and I see today that it was a 20-year anniversary that they got married 20 years ago. So wow. And I remember I had gone and I'd taken a date to this wedding, and it was this girl Alex who I went to first grade with, and from first to fifth grade. We were friends, but Alex was like a tomboy, and she had like a little bowl cut. I literally saw her punch a dude in the nose, like with a really good right hook.
Damn. Okay.
She was a badass, but she was
Love her.
but she was like a little. She was tough. You know, she's a little tough kid. She left school after like the fifth grade, so nobody saw her. We just remember the legend of Alex because she punched this guy in the face.
No Twitter, no Facebook.
This is there's no social media.
I love those urban legends of where did so and so go in the third grade,
and it gets better because what happened to Alex?
Yeah.
So those are the questions of what happened to her. And then my mom was always friends, but she lived close to us. My mom was always friends with her mom, and they always had conversations, and it went on and on and on for a while. I remember I was like 18, something like that, and my mom was like, Alex is back in town, and I was talking to her mom. I ran to her mom, and you should get together and see Alex. I would love to see Alex. I haven't seen her since like the fifth grade or whatever it was. So I go and meet Alex, and she's like smoking hot at this point, like smoking hot, and I'm like, well, that's a nice, thanks, Mom.
Yeah.
And I go, and then we were smoking a joint in the park or something, right? Just hanging out. I was like, so she was cool, and we just hung, nothing, just hanging out.
Okay.
I go back to college. My buddies get married, and so I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm going to ask Alex to come with me to this wedding. Take a shot. You take a shot.
Shoot or shoot.
I was going to take a shot. So again, remember, no Facebook, no social media. I had to get in contact with her, call her, do all that stuff. She says yes.
Whoa!
So we go to the wedding. But wait,
You're right.
but I'm talking, so we go.
Where's the foghorn on that one, Pops?
I know. So we go to the wedding, and we're going. And so I show up, and some of my friends who had gone to St. Robert's, this is the school, the Matt Dillon, the Vanessas, everybody.
Yes.
Right. So we get there, and so some of my friends are going, who's that? I was like, that's Alex from school. Again, same consensus. She's smoking hot. And we start dancing. We're having a great night. I'm like, okay, maybe things could be moving.
Magic.
Like making out on the dance floor kind of dancing, or you grinding?
I'm hoping, but none of that. No. Okay. So then, night's getting really good. She goes, I'm gonna go now. I'm like, wait, what? And and this is like, weddings.
Yeah.
So like, it's like everyone's drinking and it's going higher and higher and higher, and then she bails, and I'm just like, huh?
We're talking 1 a.m. Like, was
No,
tired?
it was probably.
Well,
she didn't seem tired at all. She's like, I gotta go. I have to go. Like, I think I have to meet somebody else. Or I'm like, what just happened? Like it just stopped.
Yeah.
So then, 100%. So all my friends are there with their dates and their
Destroying
wives.
you.
Yeah. And like, what'd you do? And I was like, I don't know what I did. I have literally no idea because I didn't. I mean, there was nothing. I didn't make a move
food in the teeth,
but I didn't
nothing.
make a move that was like something that was going to be. Yeah. You idiot! You shouldn't have, or misread the situation. It seemed.
Were you too drunk? Were you being sloppy?
No. I would have understood that.
Yeah.
But absolutely not. So I'm like, okay. So she winds up leaving. Then I got sloppy after she left. Have a good time, and then it just don't see her again for like 10 years, whatever. Okay. Then Facebook comes in. Then
you don't call her the next day and say, what was that?
I went back to Florida State and I became an animal. I did my thing. I was doing stand-up in Florida State, and I had my rendezvous, if you will. I did what I had to do. And and she lived in New York and I lived in Florida. It was never, so I don't, who the hell knows? So I
star-crossed lovers, man.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, no, that certainly didn't happen. So I then, I think it was like 2008. At this point, I'm married, or not married, almost with my now wife at that point. We all go back we have the St. Robert's thing, Facebook. We talk about it for a second, but nothing really kind of comes out of why that happened.
You talk about it with Alex.
For like a second. Nothing really comes out of it. So today, the anniversary happens, and I saw
Of your friend's wedding.
of the friend's wedding.
20
Beautiful.
years.
Yeah, and so all the
20
St. Robert's
years.
people are still in contact and everything. And Alex was really cool. She reached out when my brother passed away and everything
Yeah.
too. And again, married. She's married, 2 kids. And she reaches out and she goes, and I told her today, I was like, 20 years ago, if you want to feel old, when we went to that wedding. And I showed Roxy the text,
Facebook message or whatever, yeah.
And she says, she's like, I'm sorry I left you. I left you that night. Looking back, I would have stayed. And I'm like, whoa. And I go, why? Well, not that, but just because.
No, it wasn't like in a sexual way. It was just
wasn't
like
that.
No, we're
No,
just
no.
engrossed in the story.
Yeah,
Bring it home. Bring it home. We're
No,
repeating
not like
that.
that. And I said, well, why? I was like, what happened? Right? And she said,
her pants.
No, she was worried.
That's always my fear.
That was
never
first
know.
grade.
It
That's
would've
what I
been-
assume. Every woman that
I had to use
leaves
the shitter.
they poop their pants.
They go use the shitter.
I said
That's where
lesbian.
she literally was. She was in there. She was in there for the entire night. That's the reveal. She was in the bathroom the entire night. She waited until it closed out so no one saw her, and she slipped out the back in the
Snuck out.
alley. Yeah, no. She said that she was worried everybody was talking about her, and she was insecure about that everyone thought she just
People
thought
were staring at
she
her.
thought she wasn't attractive, and she thought because of when she was younger and because she was this
punched that
tomboy,
dude.
but she was like a tomboy, and people like would say that she's boyish and everything too, and it stuck with her. And I was like, no, what they were doing was looking at you going, how the fuck did Harloff score that?
Yeah.
How was he able to get that? But then it was so funny. And I asked her, I said, I'm going to talk about this in the air. She's like, you absolutely should. I said, I won't mention your name. She's like, mention my name. So I was like, but anyway, that's kind of what happens. Isn't that funny though?
That is
It's
so
unreal.
funny.
It's
so funny.
I wonder
Yeah.
how long, the buildup of waiting 20 years to
Find out
say
what I
that
did.
to
Stinky
you.
breath or what was
How
it?
Yeah,
often did
what
you think
was it?
about that?
I mean,
Not-
I mean, whenever the St. Robert's types of conversations would come up, because it was like, you don't take somebody for a wedding if you're not going to take a shot.
Yeah,
And I was
yeah.
going to take a shot. And I was like, well,
Shoot or shoot.
But I also thought, well, maybe that's just she was just coming to have a couple drinks and she was going to take off and hang with her friends. And I was like, that's cool. And we had a good time. She's one of the coolest people I know from that era too. And we laughed, we shot the shit, we danced, and then it was so random.
I'm leaving.
It's like, yeah, middle of the dance. You want to go another dance? No, I'm leaving. What? Where are you going? I'm not gonna be here with you anymore.
It's like
see you later, fuckface.
It's literally like when MacGruber has sex with Kristen Wiig, and then she's like, "That was nice," and he goes, "I'm leaving," and he just gets up.
kind of,
and
except we didn't
leaves.
get that far.
Yeah.
But that was
Yeah.
it. So it was the.
Man, oh man.
But I was just like 20-year
Damn.
mystery. 20-year mystery.
You would have been great
Done.
is if in your garage you just like flip over a wall and there's just those red strings connected to all of your thoughts
Right.
of why she left. It's
Why?
like,
Why was it?
pooped pants.
My friend John.
Possible lesbian.
Right.
Pants is-
Right.